It is officially spooky season, which means it's time for mums, pansies, pumpkins, Halloween decorations. And if you've watched our channel, you know that we are certified wildlife habitat. So in our yard, we like to plant perennials. But in our pots around the patio, we like to change it out every year. We actually planted these mums last year and put them in the shade through the summer. So they made it through and they're blooming now. A reminder with mums, you do want to deadhead and remove the old flowers because that will encourage them to continue to bloom and grow. We're going to plant some pansies, and we love to get these pumpkins and support our local farmers. It makes it easy for decorating because for Thanksgiving you can remove your spiders and the pumpkins will last and stay as Thanksgiving decoration, and then we just compost them at the end of the year. So wanted to show you a couple things we're going to do to get ready for fall planting today. So you can tell with these, they're getting kind of to the end of the seasons. This is actually a mum that we planted last year, put in the shade over the summer, and he made it through. He looks like he wants to bloom again, but I want to fill some of that empty space with pansies and then cut some of this perennial out to fill with pansies. But this also, annual, but this also has lantana that I want to save. So we're just going to kind of fill that in, and I think the lantana will stay green for a little while. So you can see I've already squeezed in some violas here, which are also really great for fall. And I'm just going to be cutting out this little annual right here. I kind of want to leave some of the green because I think it might go for a little while. And I did want to show you guys, if you watch our show, this will go in the compost, but we love lantana. I wanted to show you this. So your lantana will do this at the end of the season. This is seeds. So that's eventually going to turn a dark purple, almost black, and when it gets like that, you can pull those off and save those and plant those seeds next year. So I'm going to chop all this guy off, and we're going to add some pansies. Alright, I'm going to squeeze them into these little openings, and I'm sure you guys all know it's easy to get these guys out. You just give them a little pinch at the bottom and pull them right out. I think we can maybe fit one more in here. We'll see, we might kind of have to squeeze them down in there. And then we'll just add a little bit of dirt. So as you can see, most of our coneflowers and black-eyed Susans are all kind of dead. Even though it doesn't look great, we like to leave these because it provides a lot of seeds and food for the birds, as well as the bugs, which also provides food for the birds. So it looks kind of dead and black, but you could actually use this as an opportunity for Halloween decorations. Take advantage of the black flowers and maybe set up a cool graveyard scene. We do have some lantana still blooming, which is still really pretty. But just wanted to encourage you to let your native plants kind of die and leave them and not trim them back so you can continue to provide food for your wildlife. Another thing that we always like to encourage people to do in the fall is leave your leaves on the ground. I know we're used to having these manicured lawns. When you leave the leaves, you're providing habitat for lots of little creatures throughout the winter and fall, and providing foraging space for birds, and it's really good for your soil. So leave the leaves. I think it's actually really pretty, and it helps me enjoy the season more.
The garden is winding down for the season, as you can tell. I mean, we still have some midnight snack tomatoes out here. What I'm going to be harvesting today, though, are these Carolina peppers, Carolina Reaper peppers. You can see them on here. Got quite a few of them going now. So the Carolina Reaper currently holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's hottest pepper. It comes in at somewhere around 2 million Scoville units, which in comparison, a jalapeno pepper is 8,000 Scoville units. So we're going to harvest one of these peppers, and we're going to go over to someone's house today, take it with us, see if anybody wants to try it. They might. Let me give you an up-close view of what this pepper looks like. I don't know if it'll focus on that, but that's a mean-looking pepper there. Of course, there's a ton of them in there, but maybe we'll take a couple of these peppers, see if anybody wants to try it. Oh yeah, this is a mean-looking pepper. Oh yeah, it's definitely a mean-looking pepper. Evil.
We did mostly indeterminate tomatoes, which means they got huge and grew all over the place, so we have quite an apparatus holding them up that we're going to deconstruct as we're taking our tomato plants down for the season. As you can see, we have a lot of dead tomato plants, so we'll compost all of this as we're going and add it back to the box for next year. So as we're digging everything up, we're pulling up all these onions. We planted a row of onions between all our tomatoes. I'm not sure all of them came up. This is what we've got so far. So we're going to dig all these up too before we plant our seeds for the fall.
So in the compost bin here, where we're doing all of our growing, had a couple avocados seeds in there that have produced nice little trees. So we got these. We're going to plant them inside, and maybe we'll get some nice little avocado trees. But they're already doing pretty good. Check them out. See the little ball, the little avocado there. Yeah, nice seed. Good little tree.
We're going to do a row of these atomic red carrots. So you want to plant them about every 1 inch apart. And then when the carrots are about 1 inch tall, thin them to every 3 inches apart. You want to plant them about 1/4 inch deep. Radishes are another fun one for fall. You want to plant them about 12 inches apart, the rows. You want to plant them in groups of about 3 inches apart and then thin them as they start to come up. And they grow really quick. It's only about 30 days to mature. So I'm doing 3 seeds about every 3 inches. Once they grow, we'll thin them out, choosing to leave the one that is doing the best. Alright, we are putting up the last of our fall decorations. We've got all our planting done for our fall season. Picked a butternut squash out of the garden that we're going to roast tonight, and I hope you guys get out and do some fall planting of your own. Remember to like us, subscribe, leave us any comments, any interesting fall planting facts you have.